Hey, yo.
I love all this animosity!
Oh my, what? Oh my God, Teddy, you pendejo.
Self-righteous friends showing how they really feel by beating the crap out of each other. That's the real thrill of the P1 Grand Prix!
Oh my God, you guys are wicked. I don't care to hear any more of Teddy's jests. I still have reservations about fighting against my friends, but I know now that there's no other way to save them. I'm resolved to do what must be done. Also, there's no knowing if Teddy and Reese have been infected just like Yosuke and Yukiko. If they are, then there's no use in trying to talk to them through the monitor like this. That's the conclusion I've come to, but Miss President seems to have other ideas.
How much further are you gonna push this? Why are you doing it anyway? These guys are friends! What's so much fun about making friends fight each other?
Miss President vents her frustration at Teddy's image on the monitor. But I was a bit surprised at how she worded it. She seemed more upset that he was making friends fight each other, not why he had dragged the entire school into this mess. We only just met, but she clearly sympathizes with us and understands the pain we're going through. I'm embarrassed but proud at the same time. A girl with such compassion would be a great student council president. It's no wonder she was elected to represent the student body at Yasugami High.
It's alright. Thanks though.
It's not alright! This is...
She's still worked up, and she lashes out at me. Perhaps her heart is a little too honest, but her anger sets my mind at ease. She's right. What General Teddy is doing right now cannot be forgiven. I glare at the monitor.
Sorry, but you're not getting your wish.
What?
Did you think this would be all it took to break us apart? That it would make us hate each other? Sorry to say, but that's a huge mistake on your part. I believe in my friends. They'll never get taken in like that.
You're so stupid! What kind of sensei are you?
I'm warning you now. If you really are Teddy, then we'll get you back to normal no matter what it takes. Even if it costs us our lives. But if you're an imposter, hiding behind Teddy's face, I will make you pay for toying with us.
Teddy scoffs and turns around. The monitor suddenly switches off. Suddenly, turning on us without any signs of remorse. That's not like Teddy at all. No, he most likely not the real Teddy. Seeing the anger in his face only strengthens my suspicions. Someone must be taking Teddy's form to make it look like he's the one committing these acts.
That girl's come around.
Immediately rush to Yukiko.
Yukiko,
You alright?
are you alright? I'm sorry I couldn't go easy on you.
No, it's okay. You weren't your usual self, but I could tell by your eyes that there was something going on. I'm sorry too. Did I hurt you?
Kinda, yeah. I sure wouldn't want to get into it with you again.
Try to pass it off as a joke, but we look at each other and laugh. Things are going the same way as they had with Yosuke. It's becoming clear
Hey.
now.
Did I say things that offended you earlier?
Yes. You did.
Ko hesitates, as if even remembering is a difficult experience. What in the world did my illusion say to her? I bet it was something horrible. Whoever's doing this is certainly finding the most annoying way to get us to fight. But what I supposedly said to her doesn't matter. Yukiko still hesitating to bring it up, so I tell her not to worry.
I don't need
about
to know what I said. I just wanted to see if my guess was right. It looks like our enemy has the power to confuse our senses. My first opponent was Yosuke, and he told me a similar story after we fought.
You said something bad to Yosuke-kun too? What did you tell him?
You sure you want to know?
If I'm the only one admitting to what happened, that's not fair, is it? But that curiosity is in line with the Yukiko I know. I evade the issue with a smile and call out to Miss President, who's standing behind us.
What kind of people are you? Oh, right. We used our personas.
Yeah, we should at least explain to her what's going on.
She did see everything that just happened. This would be a good opportunity to tell her everything. I introduced Miss President and Yukiko to each other, filling the parts that I had left off from my previous explanation. I tell her about the persona. I tell her that we're actually in a world inside the television. I tell her how the scenery here changes according to the hearts of the people who enter. She looks doubtful while I'm talking, but considering that she's just seen our personas only moments ago, she doesn't immediately deny it. Still, it seems that she can't accept it at all either. She crosses her arms as if lost in thought. On the other hand, it seems that Yukiko didn't know that Yasugami High had a new student council president either. Yukiko apologizes for not having paid attention to the elections in April.
And that's it in a nutshell.
So, that's what you meant by falling into a TV.
Yeah, which makes me believe this school could be a part of your mind that's materialized.
This school came from me? That's a lot to swallow.
Hey, yo!
I'm not surprised. Why is it different this time around, though? Usually the victim's shadow appears first.
That's right, I had doubts about that too. There's a reason why it's dangerous for people who can't use their personas to enter this world. Besides the obvious reasons such as not being able to escape and being unable to protect themselves from shadows, the person's shadow separates from them. The shadows that split off are strongly attached to the original people they came from and will try to harm them in order to become independent identities. I hadn't given it much thought since Miss President seems so energetic, but it's still possible that this happened to her as well. I put it together in the conversation I had with Teddy a moment ago and come to a conclusion.
Teddy who's hosting this tournament. What if he's actually this girl's shadow?
Huh?
I noticed he got agitated when I called him an imposter. A fake Teddy would mean he's someone else using Teddy's form.
I see. If this place reflects Miss President's heart, her shadow must be here. And right now, the strongest candidate is...
That's right. If we both saw the illusion, at the very least, the enemy has the power to delude our senses and make us see and hear things that aren't there. On top of that, it can alter what others hear, say, and see us do. If it can do that, it can easily see that our enemy can use that power to change its appearance. That means it could be impersonating Teddy and leading this tournament. That still leaves the question as to why it would take on the appearance of someone it doesn't know. I've seen shadows in the past that took on bizarre appearances, but this is the first time I've seen one impersonate an existing person. Does that shadow have some kind of objective? When I come to my senses, I see that Miss President has turned pale and is staring down at the ground. All this talk of shadows and another world doesn't seem to be reaching her, but it seems she's troubled at the thought that she might be causing all this trouble. I'm about to tell her the actions out of her shadow aren't her fault. But Miss President rises to her feet.
I'm gonna check out the announcement room. That General Teddy's behind the whole shebang, right? And if you came from me, then I gotta own up to the responsibility. A student body president, I can't let this go.
Wait, you're being reckless. We'll take care of the shadow. You need to...
What? Get out of this TV world? And how am I supposed to do that? Go on, show me the door.
Well...
Her eyes are filled with the fires of determination, just as they had been when I first met her. Her sense of responsibility and awareness to her duties say that she will never back
Your little
down.
cousin's in the announcement room, and you're gonna go save her, right? I might not be as strong as the two of you, but I'm no slouch in a fight. Wouldn't it be better if we went together?
No, don't you understand? This world is...
I know it's dangerous, but there's gotta be something only I can do to help. Hell, that aside, I can't leave after causing so much trouble. Making friends fight each other. I'm going on ahead. You don't want to waste time arguing, yeah?
Miss President declared this in a voice that brooks no argument and takes off running. Yikes, I wasn't expecting her to behave rashly like this. Remember how fast she can run. I'm gonna go after her. I need to go at once or I'll lose her.
Please, you have to go after her.
Hugo sees me hesitate and knows exactly what to say. She's right. There's so much we don't understand, but there's no way the investigation team can't let a victim run off to die. Yukiko ignores the fact that I'd be leaving her alone and tells me to follow a girl she's only just met. This is the exact opposite behavior she had been displaying before the fight. Now that is a Yukiko Amadi I know. I'm ashamed that I slightly let myself be confused by the way I had heard her speak before, and I answered her. I'll come back for you no matter what.
I believe in you.
Yukiko nods to me, and I turn and begin running as fast as I can. I have to rely on the faint echoes of footsteps ahead to pursue Miss President through the school. I can't use my memories of the school in order to navigate because the invisible walls are everywhere, but the announcement room is upstairs. This obviously limits the paths that she can take. I will catch up with her no matter what. I've been running after Miss President for a while, but I still can't catch sight of her. She's so fast, it's almost supernatural. I can begin to think that her path may not be hindered by the invisible walls. Wait a second. Now that I think about it, she's not participating in the P1 Grand Prix. She didn't appear in the introduction video, and even though she'd been here when I faced off with Yukiko, she wasn't affected by the rules. Could she be able to walk through these walls? If so, then catching up to her will be quite difficult. Just as I'm thinking this, suddenly a blue door appears in my path. I've seen this before. This is the entrance to the Velvet Room. I don't have time to deal with this, or so I think. When I consider the timing of its appearance, I can't help but feel like there must be a reason for it. I make up my mind to reach for the door. I walk through the door. I feel a slight sense of lightheadedness, and I close my eyes reflexively. When I open my eyes, seated in my usual position, Margaret's smiling quietly at me, as if nothing is different. When she sees that I've noticed her, she speaks, as if aware of my impatience.
You seem flustered, but time has no meaning here.
Margaret politely points this out, knowing that I'm in a hurry. Time is meaningless, huh? I thought I figured out a few things about this room, but it seems like there's still more for me to learn. If time doesn't pass while I'm in the room, then I should concentrate on what she's about to tell me. Once again, as if reading my thoughts, Margaret smiles.
It seems you've emerged victorious and have come away with a piece of the truth. Though you are in a garden of deceit, you have the vision to go forward. Very impressive.
Is that student council president's shadow really the cause of all this then?
Who can say? All I know is that you are getting ever closer to the truth. There is one thing I can tell you.
Margaret's golden eyes are fixed on mine.
If that girl's shadow is the cause of this misfortune, she will face her trial. But it's separate from your fate. You have your own trial to overcome. Keep that to heart.
My own trial.
Yep. I don't mean to, but I repeat what Margaret had just
Everyone
said.
sees various things in you that draw them to you. Salvation, hope. I myself find fascination in watching over you. Fate may not be the author of your trials, but you are destined to be tested.
Margaret smiles mischievously and nods towards me. Another slight feeling of lightheadedness passes, and I return to that otherworldly school. The blue door is nowhere to be found, as if it had never been there to begin with. I look up. I still don't understand what my own trial is supposed to be, but for some reason my mind has cleared up a bit. Oh,